team. He said, just get a good block and just let me get a kickoff and go from there. And that's what we did. We had good blocking on that play, and I'm glad I got the kickoff and I went through.
Did it feel good when it got through?
It was leaning to the right a little bit, but then it curved back in the middle. So it looked good.
What break down emotions for me, Griff? I mean, now, I guess it's your first game winner here. Just the emotions that went through when you went out there and being able to pull through.
It was a little nerve-wracking. I was kind of happy they called the timeout though, give us a little time, and then after I was just trying to run from everybody. I wasn't trying to get.
Is that about as fast as you run? Trying to get away from folks.
Yep.
Was it the spring game in 11 that you won with a long field goal, or was it the spring game in 10? Do you remember that?
It was 10 or 11, I think.
It was 10.
10.
It was 10? Okay. I would think you'd be doing cartwheels and stuff. I mean, having that opportunity and being able to pull, to come through with it. I mean, how do you feel?
I'm really excited. I'm just keeping it inside, I guess.
Was it? I mean, how good was the kick? I mean, from where we sat, it really looked like it was a powerful kick.
I took my eye off and started running before it even hit the ground, I think. So I didn't really see the end of it.
Quiz, would you just break down the final drive for me? I mean, did you have confidence that you could even get it down there that close in that limited amount of time?
Oh yeah, especially from the return guy from Gabe. I think our return team did a good job, especially with the squib kick. That's tough. Got it to the 45, and before I went out there, I told Griff, I said, I'm gonna get you in there. So got him close enough to make it.
The big play was the sideline pass, I guess, that Kevin kept his foot down in, or was there any bigger play than other in that 4 or 5 plays that you guys converted to get down there?
Yeah, that was big. All of them pretty big. I almost choked, though. I almost took a sack. Ended up throwing it away. So I wasted a little too much time on that. But yeah, Coop made a good catch. Gavin made a pretty good catch too on the first one. I didn't even really see the corner coming down. So I think that was a pretty big play too.
Griff, when's the last time you won a game on a kid? Whether it be high school, kids, whatever?
That was my first time other than that spring game. We didn't have many close games in high school.
Did you harken back to that experience to this one? I mean, I know this was tons bigger than that, but was it comparable?
The spring game?
Yeah.
That one was a lot further of a kick, so it was more exciting. But this is actually in a game, so I was a lot more excited for that. And Quez did tell me he was going to get it down for me. I forgot to mention that.
I was trying to remember the last time you were in this room, if it was that spring game, but it might have been the playoff game that following year.
Yeah. I had field goals in the Wofford game. So.
I'm going to ask him back something, but I mean, I don't want to dominate the show here.
Marcus, talk about that last run with 6 seconds left. I mean, was there any urgency to get down? Do you know what the clock was? I mean, talk about your mindset in that run.
I mean, he called the play. He wanted to give me the ball, so I ran, but I realized I wasn't going to make it, so I had to make a move and hit the ground.
Were you aware that you guys had 1 second left?
I seen like 3 seconds. Oh man! So made a move, went down. Grill came up, kicked, won again.
I mean, after the play went down, everybody gets up and start calling timeout, and you make sure that it was somebody designed to make sure they get the timeout once the play goes down. I don't know how the dynamic of that works.
I mean, I don't know. I know I was trying to call time on the ground. I don't know if they can see me or not, but I was trying.
Just talk about rushing for 120 yards tonight. Obviously carrying a little bit more of the load tonight. Just talk about that.
I mean, my name was called, so I had to execute.
Tremaine, you two rushed for over 100 tonight. Just talk a little about the, carrying a little more of the load.
All I did was read block. The offensive line did the job. That's all I did was just read the blocks and run. The offensive line did all my work.
For both of you, Pax, I know you guys were kind of under some pressure just with the circumstance of you all playing as much as you were going to. Would you just speak to responding to the opportunity that you were given to carry the load in the ground game and the instructions that you may have gotten leading into the game, either from Coach Ogle or Coach Crow? And I'd like both of you all to speak to that.
See, they were talking about they won't run us a lot this week, so I guess like when you get your chance, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, they were talking to us a lot about it, and a lot of people from my hometown talking about it, but it really didn't matter to me though. I was just going out there to play my game. We didn't feel like we was a good 1-2 punch, so we got out there and did our job, basically, when they called on us.
I mean, it was just a matter of,
It's just
like you always said,
opportunity
you
for
get
us.
the opportunity and then seize it,
We got
right?
to shine with the opportunity.
Did you speak to him at all? Did he kind of give you any instructions, pat on the back, anything like that?
Well,
about-
we're really close friends, kind of like, so we just sit around each other and talk about it all day, all game.
Did it surprise you that the production that you two guys had?
No, it didn't surprise us.
Buster, you said you were reading the offensive line. Talk about what those holes look like today.
Them hoes were very big, like they was gigantic, man. They would have some great. That was a great job I was doing today. I give all everything I did to them. I couldn't have did nothing without them.
Sure enough.
Honestly.
Spider-Man. The big play was obviously the strip on the fumble, and I think you got the strip, and then Pierre ran all the way back. Could you just speak to us about how that play unfolded? Did you expect after he scooped that he was going all the way back with it? Just how?
Pretty much. I was scraping over the top, and I seen the quarterback was about to break, so I immediately ran and I hit him, and then he fumbled the ball. And then I heard the crowd make this loud sound, so I knew it was a fumble, but I wasn't sure if they had got it or Pierre had got it. When I seen Pierre had got it, I seen him running all the way down there, and I was like, I can't keep up, can't even make a block for him, so I'm gonna rest up for the next series.
Was it tough playing with that thing on your hand?
It's kind of tough. Last year I had a torn ligament in my thumb,
Yeah.
and it's pretty much the same thing as last year because I had to play with a cast last year. But it's an advantage and it's a disadvantage because certain tackles you can make and some tackles you can't make. And then when it comes to blocking, you can just punch the offensive lineman and don't worry about your hands or you don't worry about any injuries or anything like that.
This may be my lack of observations or whatever, but I mean, and I'm not asking this to discount the kind of player that I think you are, but you know, you look last year, you led the team in tackles, and I'm scratching my head. I said, how'd that happen? You know, I mean, not that you're not a quality player, but you're leading the team in tackles, and obviously you had 2 good games these first 2. Are you a quiet hitter or a quiet defender? And you know, all of a sudden, yeah, the way that you look, and all of a sudden, here's a guy with a bunch of tackles, or is it just led to you the way they play?
It's just pretty much like when I go out there, I go with the mentality like I hate everybody on the other side of the ball, and I'll tell everybody before when we have a little meeting on Friday, I tell everybody bring contact and play fierce. Don't give up no matter what the score is. I really, honestly, truthfully, when I'm playing the game, I really don't pay attention to the score as much. Like it really takes a lot for me to look at the score. I'm just trying to hit people constantly, and I try to stress that to everybody on the defense. So you just run to the ball and hit people. You're gonna see the fear in their eyes. Because the reason I play football is because I like to see the person on the other side of the ball lose their pride and their confidence they have.
Even though you guys had given up the tying touchdown late in the game, I thought that there were some elements tonight where the defense grew up. Because, you know, we talked about how young it is all year long. Did you get that sense, too, that there was a change in the defense on this team tonight with the way y'all played?
I felt like the change was against Arkansas because I told everybody, and we all talked about it. I stressed, a man can take down another man. It doesn't matter who is who. A receiver could take down a D lineman if he works hard enough, or it is vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So we fought hard against Arkansas, and that's when I think everybody realized we got something there, pretty much. That's when everybody grew up, personally. I think.
Thanks, Chuck. Griff, where were you while the stuff was unfolding on that last drive?
Last drive. I was kicking in the net for a little bit, and then once Quez told me to get ready to kick and assured me that I would be kicking, I started moving down the sideline, and then I was about to run the field whenever he went down and they called the timeout. I just stayed on the field.
This is the deal that kids dream about. I mean, are you in the same boat that, man, I've lived this moment forever and I finally got it?
It hasn't really hit me yet, but it sounds cliche, but
Was there any discussion about kicking it before with 6 seconds left, or did you know you were going for it all the way?
Oh, well, they tried to kick it, but I didn't want to kick it right then. We had enough time to get him at least in the middle of the field. So I think we saw the right play to do it.
Could you have gotten it there if they had done it earlier, or did you need those extra 13 yards?
I was willing. I wanted to kick the long one, but I'm a lot happier that he got it closer.